Well, hello everyone. I'm here with Alan Hinton, the playoff edition of Alan Hinton Unleashed. Alan, good to see you again.
Great to see you, John. Lots to talk about.
Definitely, Alan. Let's start off with the crazy match that we had in Seattle a couple of days ago. Your thoughts on what happened in Sporting KC and all the controversy?
Well, first of all, Kansas City is a good team. They have a feisty coach, Peter Vermes. He played that way. He coaches that way. It was a close game. Stephen Fry, for certain, the Sounders goalkeeper, was the MVP in the game. He made some unbelievable saves. And then there was the controversy about, did Beasley score for Kansas City, or was he offside? I've seen the replays of both the goals. Beasley was just offside and then came back from an offside position, which is offside. He was barely offside. So under the rules of the game, he was offside. I can understand Kansas City complaining because it was very, very close. And then the secret weapon that we've talked about a few weeks ago, Nelson Valdez, who's a top player, who hasn't really done the job here all year. He's missed opportunity after opportunity. Brian Smetzer has kept faith with him, kept him in the loop, encouraged him, knowing he can do the business on any given day. But he comes in about 10-12 minutes before the end of the game. Cross comes in, a good cross from Jovin Jones, and Valdez leaps and heads it into the back of the net. Now, the replay shows that he also may have been just a touch offside. Now, all it needs is the linesman to be not completely in line, which is always difficult, so the goal was given. But it's typical of what's happening with the Sounders right now. Brian Smetzer has energized the team. Ladero has been a superstar since he's been here, maybe the best DP Seattle's ever had, even though Obafemi Martins was a good one also. But at the end of the day, Brian Smetzer persevered with Valdez and he delivered the business. So at the end of the day, there was lots of drama. First of all, it was a bit embarrassing for the neutral fan. You got Feilhaber, who went down as if he was dead, trying to get Ozzie Alonso ejected. Clearly, it was a game plan from Kansas City in regard to Ozzie Alonso, who we all know is feisty, and the talk in the conversation and in the talk all week would have been, if Ozzie is a touch late on a foul, gets in his face, surround the referee, which they did, and then Ozzie normally swings out at him. But because Smetzer was strong with him when he got ejected a few weeks ago, Ozzie kept his cool really well, and he needs congratulations for that. But in the end, Feilhaber had rolled over 3-4 times. When you roll over more than twice, it normally suggests you're not injured. The video showed that Ozzie Alonso got the ball 100%, but they tried to get him ejected. And then within a minute of Feilhaber playing dead, he's kicking somebody else and gets a yellow card. And then at the end of the game, Feilhaber got stuck into the referee. Unreal. He was waving his arms. He was doing this. If I were the referee, I would have said, don't you dare talk to me like that. And this is what referees don't need to put up with. He should have pulled a red card out of his pocket and said, shut up. I'm not taking that garbage from you. The game is over. Red card. And then after the game, apparently, Peter Vermes and then there's a video which you took of Feilhaber taking the mickey out of the referees and giving a commentary exactly the opposite to what happened. And he should be fined for insubordination. That is not helping the game. And for me, he needs to grow up and be a man. And he's not a bad player either.
Your thoughts on the upcoming match in about an hour or so, Dallas versus Seattle?
Well, just look out the window here. You're talking about rain, you're talking about clouds, you're talking about 50 to 55 degree weather. It's a different situation to when the Sounders go to Dallas. I played in Dallas in 1977 and we could not lose. And the reason we couldn't lose is because it was 90 to 100 degrees every game in the middle of the summer. So Dallas now are coming here. I know the temperature's cooled down a little bit in Dallas, and then the second leg will be in Dallas next Sunday. So for me, the Dallas team without Mauro Diaz, who's their best player, one of the best players in the league. They sold Castillo to the Turkish team for a lot of money. So I think it's all for the Sounders to take this game. I think the Sounders can absolutely wallop Dallas if we can get a good start. The club's in really good spirits, coach is leading them nicely, and I can see the Sounders having a good victory tonight.
What about the injury situation? There are rumors that Torres may be out. Brad Evans supposedly is also may not be in the lineup or on the bench. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I was at practice the other day. The reports are that Roman Torres, the big Panamanian central defender who's looked awesome at the back. He plays easy, he wins everything in the air, he's strong, he intimidates players. He hurt his hamstring at the far post late in the game against Kansas City. The decision whether to play him or not will be game time. But if Torres doesn't make it, Brad Evans is not 100% fit, according to the coach. It looks like Zach Scott, who's in his final season for the Sounders, who's been a marvellous servant for the Sounders and the community for 15 years now. He could get the call, but we'll know when he gets near the game time. But at the end of the day, the spirit is high, the field's going to be wet. Jody Morris is running miles, making good runs now. Ladero is playing super. Ozzy Alonso is playing with a lot of discipline and a lot of style. The back four is playing really, really nicely. And of course, if Dallas are going to win, they've got to beat Stephen Fry. But it could be a close game, but at the end of the day, I think if the Sounders can score in the first 20 minutes, we could get a 2-3 goal lead, which takes us down to Dallas next Sunday. And the Sounders are hot. I mean, they're rocking and rolling.
Alan, thank you very much for your comments. We look forward to our next session of Alan Hinton Unleashed as the playoffs progress. Thank you once again, Alan.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Okay.